Hi all, how are you today? And thank you for joining with us in Meet Magento 2020 Indonesia. I'm beyond happy to host today's webinar and we have two topics for today. First topic is a marketing module in Magento. See how 700 plus merchants are using the digital marketing automation from Magento and will be delivered by Miss Clara Ng from dotdigital. Before we begin the event, I would like to inform you that Meet Magento 2020 will be distributing 50,000 rupiah worth of GoFood vouchers for the first 100 attendees whom have logged into Hubilo. The voucher is only valid for today, September 17, 2020. If you are one of the lucky winners, you can check your email to claim your voucher code and how to redeem the voucher in Gojek app. We can relax and enjoy a good meal while tuning into the Meet Magento 2020 Indonesia. We also have a lot of exclusive prizes, of course, a grand prize for you. All you have to do is to earn points by engaging in various activities in our platform, for actively interacting in our event feeds, networking with fellow participants, completing your Hobilo profile, and to participating in games, and many more. And in the day of event, the participating with the highest activity points will win a grand prize of Samsung Tab S7. The more points you have, the bigger your chance of getting the grand prize. You can also win exclusive prizes, including exclusive merchandise from ICE and some for 12 winners, voucher from Indodana for 10 winners, MAP voucher worth of 300 rupiah of 5 lucky winners, 1 million worth of voucher from dotdigital and 3 winners, and 30% discount voucher for 500 participants, 50% discount voucher from SESA with a minimum purchase of 250 rupiah. So without any further ado, let's start the webinar and please welcome Ms. Clara Ng from dotdigital. Ms. Clara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thanks,
Hi.
Wesley.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank
Great.
you. So stage is yours.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you everyone for joining the call today, and it's great to have you. I hope all of you had a great lunch. With that, let me just kickstart a little bit in terms of what I'm going to share and present with you today. I'm going to first share my screen now. Are you able to share? Are you able to see my screen here?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Great. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you. So, thanks again for joining. So, I just want to quickly introduce to you Dot Digital and how we are actually partnering with Magento today. Very quick introduction about Dot Digital is that we have about 400 plus employees today already across 13 global countries, and we serve and cater over 4,000 clients ranging across multiple sectors. The best thing about us is that we work with a worldwide network of target partners and solution partners. And I'm proud to say that one of them is that Magento, that we have the deepest integration. We are built within the core code of Magento itself. We have been listed on the stock market since 2009, and that proves a lot in terms of the reliability, credibility, and stability of our platform. We also work with a global team of e-commerce experts that we have that you will be able to actually get access to all the way from onboarding, training, and also our customer success managers to help you take on this journey together with us. So I'll say a very quick introduction to Dot Digital. Our platform is known as an engagement cloud. Where do we really see that and what is our value proposition? We basically want to connect all your data from your e-commerce store such as Magento back into Dot Digital, empowering you with all the different data that you have about customers. And with all the AI at the back end of dotdigital, we want to help you to automate processes, to help you to save time in terms of manual operations, personalize every single content that is being sent out to all your customers, segmenting them into the various groups that they should be in. And last but not least, while you have all this ready, we want to ensure that you communicate with your customers via the different channels. Not everybody reads email, not everybody reads only really one section, or rather one channel, but rather we will be able to help you to communicate with customers via the email, SMS, Facebook retargeting, Google Ads retargeting, web behavior tracking, and even our live chat functionality that is built within the Magento platform itself. What do we really want to do and help you today is that it's very important that today with the retail businesses, being in a certain went to a certain transformation, we want to help you to create this journey to customer loyalty even through online. Right from the very start as a new customer itself, when the customer signs up with you, subscribe to your newsletter, we want to ensure that you send out a welcome program to them, make them feel invited to your platform, ensure that you get to know them, and gathering data with surveys that we have in dotdigital, understanding your customers' portfolio, persona, and personalizing every single content you can send out to them using our dynamic content block. With that, we will ensure that we will help you to actually retarget them via the different channels, inclusive of also adding offline purchase data if you have any retail stores, and also start to recommend clients product recommendations for upselling and cross-selling. With that, we help you to actually create this journey to make your customer a loyal brand advocate of your brand. Now, I'm sure a lot of you marketers and e-commerce, people are definitely very well aware in terms of the statistics behind the rise of a cross-channel customer engagement. A lot of merchants today have told me, hey, Clara, you know what? I've spent a lot of money in terms of my email marketing and I want to see that ROI. Based on what we have actually tracked in terms of all our merchants, it is an average of $48 average return for every $1 spent on email marketing. And that is really a lot of money. You can see in terms of all the money you have spent there, it is all generated back into revenue for you. Of course, having said that, not forgetting the offline channels is that we want to ensure that our offline customers are also being educated online and influenced by whatever they have sent to them online. And this is why we say that 56% of the in-store purchases are actually influenced by the digital transactions at the back end. So today is really all about Magento and really where are we seated at Magento itself. We have the deepest integration within the Magento admin platform, and we are the only marketing automation vendor that is built within the core code of Magento. I will give you a demonstration data to showcase to you where do we see it and where can you find us. So feel free to actually check us out post this session. But basically, we are actually built within core code, and we basically work with a Magento version of up to Magento 1 and all the way to Magento 2. This integration allows you to access both platforms, Magento and dotdigital, via a single sign-on functionality. And the best thing about this is that this integration has been verified by Magento's in-house development teams, which means to say that all of these integrations are certified. We have placed more than hundreds of hours just to ensure that this integration works well together with Magento. With that, we have been given great testimonials by all our customers using Magento admin panel together with dotdigital. And basically, we are the award-winning partner together with this technology. I would say that what is the great thing about us is basically being certified and actually having customers that are actually using this integration all the way from the fashion industry, from Topshop, Topman, New Balance, all the way down to the other different brands. These are all customers that are currently using dotdigital with their Magento admin panel at this point in time today. Now, without further ado, I will actually jump straight in the platform itself because this is really where all the exciting things and the integration is all at. So feel free to actually pop me any questions that you might have within the Q&A section in this portion itself. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm able to share my... Great. So this is the Magento admin panel and dashboard, as you can see. I'm sure that many of you are very, very familiar in terms of this dashboard if you're using Magento 2 version. Right from the very start is that you can take a look where is dotdigital located at and why do I say we are built in the core code of Magento admin panel. Under the marketing section itself, when you scroll over and hover over to us, can you see the terms of customer engagement? This is dotdigital. Right from the very start, our platform is called Engagement Cloud, and we have the chat functionality for you to actually further utilize from here. When you start clicking on the Engagement Cloud, what happens is that it leads you directly back into our dotdigital's platform directly, which then ensures that you can do a single sign-on functionality. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. If you have a login ID and a password, what you can do is just log in directly, and you will be able to see dotdigital's admin panel itself for you to start utilizing. So this all the way from the blue column, all the way belongs to dotdigital. Right on the left-hand side belongs to Magento. At any point of time you want to bounce back between both platforms, you will be able to do something like that. Right? Now, I'll just dive a little bit into dotdigital's admin panel in a while later. But while I do that, I also want to go into the live chat functionality that dotdigital also has within the platform itself. Okay? Now, apart from that, you also have in terms of the stores, where are all your data configured? How do we do the data mapping from dotdigital to Magento admin panel itself is through this functionality, stores configuration. As we go into stores configuration, you will be able to see that we have a section called the Engagement Cloud on its own, that you're able to start to do data mapping right from the very start. So right from the very start, you're able to see all the accounts that is being linked directly into your Magento site. You are also able to see the data mapping side of things. How do we start to map all the data that is from Magento back in dotdigital and from dotdigital back into Magento itself? These two platforms data has data that is synchronized between each other. At the left-hand side is all the data views from the Magento admin panel, and from the right is all on dotdigital that you are actually able to create. It is a very simple drop-down button that you're able to select from to select which view would you like to map it back towards. At any point of time, if you would like to actually create and add a new attribute, you are actually able to do so also, or create a new data view from here. So all of this data will then exist between both platforms itself. Now, a lot of customers also then ask me in terms of the syncing settings wise, where is it at? And where do we find it? You see, you're actually able to do all your address book mapping directly from Magento itself back to dotdigital and vice versa, that you're actually able to start to have different instructions for the system itself. Having a guest enabled kind of a functionality all the way to a wishlist enabled, it is all directly within here. And the next, of course, most important functionality is abandoned cart. A lot of times, many merchants tell me, say, hey, Clara, I have a lot of many abandoned carts within a day itself. How do I get started? The first program that most of the merchants will start to get started as is the abandoned cart program. These are all money left on the table if you do not actually have such a program being enrolled into your system itself. So right from the very start, you're able to go to the Magento admin panel and say, hey, I want to enroll the abandoned cart to basically a program or an email that you want to actually send to your customers. You are also able to start breaking down into when do you want to send out to them. Right from the very first start, when the customer starts abandoning the cart, do you like to send to them right after 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes? Based on best practices, it is always great to always send them a very quick reminder that they've abandoned a cart so that it is still fresh in their mind and they're actually able to continue shopping from there or do a checkout from there. You are also able to create a series all the way to the next day itself, up to 24 hours, 72 hours, and 96 hours. You're also able to create a guest email series from here all the way for the abandoned cart functionality. Right, not just that, we also do have the automation program at the back end here that is actually synced directly back into dotdigital. Right from the very start is from a visitor action automation. When a new customer gets subscribed to you, right, most of the time you have transactional emails that are being sent to your customers that sometimes it might not be on brand, but using dotdigital's platform, you will be also able to send all your transactional emails across from the Magento admin panel. As and when a customer starts subscribing from you, this email will go out straight from dotdigital and will ensure that you're on brand and will ensure that it looks very pretty and nice and of course presentable to all the new customers that has come on board with you. All right, so these are all the different automation programs that you're able to set forth. Now, there are really a lot of things and a lot of different content and configurations that you can make with the deepest integration that we have with Magento. I won't dive too deep into this for today, but if you'd like to have a second session, feel free to let me know. I would just want to go straight into dotdigital's admin panel itself to show you how amazing it is with while we're working with the Magento integration itself, right? Now, as I go into dotdigital's admin panel, this is our admin panel. Very straightforward, very simple, nothing too difficult. And what I want to show is e-commerce. Today, we're talking all about e-commerce. How much money is your e-commerce store actually making from you? How much money do you actually have within this system itself? You're actually able to tell all of that. Right from the very start, you are also able to see from the dashboard itself, you will be able to start quickly see who are the customers that have logged in and who are the customers and how much revenue you're actually generating from there. Just give me a minute while I actually start to share with you a demo account that will actually able to gain you access and will roughly allow to show you how easy it is to start seeing your numbers right from the very day that you get started with dotdigital very quickly, right? Okay, so with that, I'll just reshare my screen here. Okay, so with this panel itself, you're actually able to see under the e-commerce section, you will be able to see an example. Today, this is our live demo. You will be able to see how much revenue this is making, how much is the average items per order. It is very important to say that your customers always purchase more items for you as per every single order. And that is where upselling and cross-selling is actually very important. All the way from understanding your customer's profile. Do you know that based on the 10,000 customers, how many customers have actually made a single purchase and how many customers are repeated customers? All of these numbers are here for you, and these are all data that has been put in from Magento itself. Driving down a little bit more in depth into the customer dashboard. Based on this customer dashboard, we use three metrics, basically the recency of purchase, the frequency of purchase, and the monetary value of purchase. How much each customer is actually spending with you today. With that, we bucket them into different buckets as inactive, champion customers, and loyal. It is very important to always know where are your customers lying at and are they your most loyal customers and how do you reward them accordingly. At any point of time, you say, hey, you know what? I really want to retarget all my inactive customers and I want to actually ensure that I reach out to them directly. I will be able to create a very dynamic segment very easily via the time range that I've set. And I will be able to start creating the segment from here. I want to target all the customers who are inactive and has probably actually indicated that they've actually opened any email that was sent previously. So you would know that they have engaged with you, but why is it they have actually not started to purchase from you? So with that, we can actually state even other insight data, such as an example of web behavior tracking. So you're able to start seeing the customer who has actually viewed your website on a certain date and time within the last 90 days. And from here, you're actually able to pull out the segment very quickly. All right, so this is in terms of the customer dashboard from here. We have the retail dashboard with the customer dashboard, but that's just not all. We also have in terms of persona movement. What is the amazing thing about persona movement and how do we utilize this very simply? Basically, you can go via a certain date range. Let's say an example, you say, hey, you know what? I want to take a look at all the customers who have actually, make a certain purchase, but I've started going inactive within this certain type of month. So let's say I today select between 26th of July to 26th of August. I want to apply. I want to start tracking where are my customers moving. So you'll be able to see, based on that, you'll be able to see people who are on high potential previously have dropped down to inactive. And this is a total of 81 customers. What can you do to re-engage them? This is where you can start creating a segment again and actually ensure that you are actually dynamically reaching out to these 81 customers in the right manner with the right kind of appropriate kind of messages to them. Okay. Now, apart from that, you will be also able to see based on each different kind of customers bucket, you'll be able to see the total number and how much they're actually contributing to your total revenue from here within these 2 months itself. Without further ado, it's basically also talking about product recommendations. How and where do we use all the data that is directly from Magento itself? It is basically through our product recommendation section. You will be able to create simple product recommendations, but yet very dynamic and easy to use. We have many general kind of product recommendations all the way to creating a custom category to creating a bestseller, mostly and trending items with all of this data being put out from Magento admin panel itself. We will also be able to create an also bot. An example today, if you're apparel fashion company that sells probably shoes and a certain set of jeans or clothes, you will be able to say, hey, a customer persona type A has probably bought this denim jeans together with these shoes, and this is probably a product recommendation that you can actually start recommending from there. We also allow you to do predictive analysis with product recommendations of our best nicks and lookalike items. So with these bestseller items, you will be able to create a certain product recommendation name from here and create this section within here itself. Apart from that, we will be able to tell you and give you a report based on the product recommendations that you have selected. What is the total revenue that has been generated, and are these product recommendations working out well? This allows you to quickly track in terms of all the product recommendations and allow you to quickly make changes if things are working or not working that you're actually currently doing on. So I've shared a lot in terms of the e-commerce side of things. There's definitely a lot more to explore, but I'll take the rest of the remaining time, taking much of time to actually share with you in terms of the automation program that we have set for all our customers. So right from the very start is basically automations. We are actually able to create many different kind of automation programs for many different kind of customers. We have so many pre-built templates that actually will get. Rather, from the first day you get started with dotdigital, you can use our automation template very quickly, from welcome program to birthday program, all the way to an abandoned cart program. If I take a look very quickly in this abandoned cart functionality here, you will see that it's a pre-built template that you're able to start utilizing from here. Of course, you can make different changes along the way. Right from the very start of a start schedule, who are the customers you want to enroll? People will abandon a cart probably in the last number of days. Before you tell the system, you want to make a decision. If within a cart itself, there is actually more than one item, you want to send out first abandoned cart. Using the abandoned cart functionality that we also link with Magento itself, we will start sending out the different series accordingly. Now, to make things simple, I just thought that it'd be good for me to actually share with you in terms of the various channels you can utilize. So right from the very start, if you say that, hey, you know what, I want to actually utilize all the different kind of, or I want to pour all my different juices without using any template that dotdigital just provided to me, not a problem. Right from the very start condition, you are actually able to set, I want to enroll all my customers on a daily manner with a certain segment group of customers that I'm probably looking at, probably people who have actually visited the site. If I want to further drill down into the segment customers, I'm able to do that from there. And I start to do a retargeting option from here, or abandon browse. So from here, I can say, hey, I want to actually put all the customers who have visited my site in the last 90 days, select a campaign to send out to them to say that, hey, probably there is an actually event for you here that you might be interested in. Feel free to actually check us out today. With that, you can say that not every customers open the email every single day. I probably want to wait for a certain number of days, let's say 1 day today, before I make a decision to say, if the customer has actually opened the campaign that I've actually sent previously, fantastic. I would then want to actually send to them via another email, or I might want to actually send to them other kind of channel. It could be Facebook Messenger, or it could be an SMS, or you can even do Facebook and Google Ads retargeting from here directly. So this ensures that you are actually reaching out to your customers via many different channels and not just one channel. But what if this customer has actually opened the campaign already and you want to add them an address book? This is when you can start adding the contact, updating each address book into the system itself, and you will be able to actually start updating it accordingly before ending the journey from here. Right, so this is actually our automation program. A lot of merchants will then also ask me, hey, Clara, what if this program doesn't work well? Now, dotdigital has an auto system check that we validate all the different kind of information that we put in the system itself. So if at any point of time you find that there's a breakage in the program, you will be actually notified and you will not be able to activate and save the journey from here. Once you have actually cleared this validation, this program runs well, the system does the check, that is when you can start activating this automation journey from here. So keeping watch in terms of the timing, I know that I have a few minutes left, but I think that this is basically what I really want to show in terms of all the data that we have seen directly from Magento itself back to dotdigital. How we're able to do that? We are also able to do dynamic content directly from the campaign section they've actually created in dotdigital itself. So using dynamic content block, you will be able to get all the data from Magento itself back into dotdigital and vice versa from here. So with this, I end, sharing a little bit with you in terms of the deepest integration we have with Magento. Does anyone have any form of questions that I might try to help answer at this point in time? No? Okay, great. So feel free to actually reach out to me at any point in time if you have any form of questions, or feel free to actually email me or chat with me. I will be at the event the whole day, so I'm happy to actually take you through another session if there's a need to.
All right. Thank you, Miss Clara Ng, for your outstanding session. And
Thank
if
you,
you guys
Leslie.
have a question, you can directly email to Clara, right?
Yes, that's correct. My
Yes, all
email
right.
is Clara.
So can you tell your email?
Sure. My email is Clara, CLARA .ng, Norway, Germany @dotdigital.com.
All right. So once again, thank you very much for participating in today's webinar.